you've been around for the past 8 years, you would have realised that FNAF songs have been on a decline since about 2017, and I've definitely noticed it, and a lot of other people have definitely noticed it. So today we're going to be looking through the history of them to see where the fuck did this go wrong. The origins of the FNAF song starts with the very first one. Oh, you know it. It's by The Living Tombstone, and it's called The FNAF Song by The Living Tombstone. It holds up extremely well even today. Man, who doesn't remember the Man Behind the Slaughter though? That's a banger song, but we'll get to that in due time. Because, let's be honest, The Living Tombstone has made the most iconic and best FNAF songs of all time. It essentially created a genre of FNAF songs, and whilst yes, by 2017, these were boring because they were literally just, we got murdered and shit, and we're now gonna kill you, bitches. There is still a reason why it got popular, because, let's be honest, the Living Tombstone songs are banger tunes. This is easily the most iconic FNAF song of all time, from the banger music to the gamer lyrics, like, we got murdered and we're coming to slaughter you! This is where FNAF songs really begin, boys. This era started off with the banger, The Man Behind the Slaughter, baby. And may I say this song is still a banger, though it's called the FNAF 2 song, which, you know, these guys just aren't very original. This would continue with songs like Welcome to Freddy's, the FNAF 3 song It's Time to Die, Survive the Night, and Just Gold. These songs boosted FNAF into the mainstream, man. Like, come on, we probably wouldn't have FNAF toys if we didn't get Five Nights at Freddy's 2, The Man Behind the Slaughter. The people who made these songs rose and fell on their own, like, Mando Pony. I don't want to get into it too much, because it's meant to be more of a celebration of FNAF, because, you know, 8 years, it's the anniversary, this is the anniversary video I've been working on. But he was kind of outed as a pedophile. Yeah, I said pedo instead of pedo, I'm British, leave me alone. Which, man, that sucks. I really like this guy's songs and shit, and they're really nostalgic. Kinda sucks to know he really wanted to get me and, fuck me. God, this is 2 people in the FNAF fandom that I looked up to that are now pedophiles. Good to know. I really need a life. Also, to take note, this is around the time that most of the early FNAF tubers started going around. You know, Smike, Dorko, 8-Bit Gaming, all that good shit. Oh man, I ate those channels up as I was a kid. And to most of the FNAF community today, these are very nostalgic. But for every revenge, there's always Mine Diamonds, and boy does the FNAF community have one of them. Luckily, at this time, most of those songs weren't really around because there was only like 10 songs and every single one was really fucking good. Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious. Now this is where the FNAF songs begin to really amp up. From now on, I'm gonna start talking about a lot less of the songs because, you know, there's a lot. But the pretty big and notable ones I will be talking about. Okay, good. Okay, let's talk about FNAF songs now. In this era, The Living Tombstone finally got over their writer's block on making a name and finally named this one, Die in a Fire. And it's alright, I guess. I'm really not a fan of the SFM models, but it seems like they got like a green screen or some shit because it's either that or these animations are really fucking good. Still, SFM model Freddy doesn't quite look right to me. The music, on the other hand, okay, this is an unpopular opinion and I'm sorry if I sound mean. This one fucking sucks! That's an overstatement, but this is easily the worst one, though compared to like every other FNAF song, yeah, it's alright, I guess. A really good one made in July of 2015 was Creeping Towards the Door. It sounds a bit like a Mexican song and the artwork looks a bit like Disney, which is pretty good. We've got Nightmare by Nate Wants to Battle, The Mangle by Groundbreaking, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, folks. I don't want to get into all of them right now though. Like I said earlier, there's too many to count at this point, because this is where the FNAF songs really amped up, but we're not quite at the golden age quite yet. We are almost at the golden age, but now we're going to take a look at the FNAF 4 era. And man, this one was really boring. On my search for FNAF fan games, this one gave me the least ones I remembered, and the ones I could not care about. But even worse, this one gave us some of the worst FNAF songs, like FNAF 4 the musical. I couldn't make it up if I tried. Luckily, we have the Living Tombstone to fall back on, and like always, these guys made another legendary song with whopping 104 million views, which is insane, man. You barely get that on a YouTube channel, let alone a video, man. Around 2016 to 2017 is where some of my favourite FNAF songs in the whole series has come from. And boy are these songs bangers. We've got Left Behind by DA Games. A really good one actually, I really like this one. Join Us for a Bite was one that was made before it, but man, it literally bops first of all. Second of all, it literally has the meaning of the game in it, and they made it like 10 months before the game was even out. What the fuck? Then we've got I Can't Fix You, the last Living Tombstone song. Oh, that aged well. We'll get to that in a minute. I want to make this bit the longest part of the video, but I know that if I just fill it up with stuff, you'll probably leave and get bored, so I'm going to leave the Golden Age section here. Sorry it wasn't as long as you probably were thinking, but it'd be boring if I just listed off every single song that came out around this time.
Hey there, pal! Looking for work? But sick of being pushed around by lousy bosses? How would you like—
The intro bit goes on for another 30 seconds, so I'm just going to cut it short and just get to the part now. Do you remember where I said that the songs were mainly unique and weren't just children are dead lol? Good, that goes fucking out the window. Because now, every single one is no longer unique, it's just... So like we're dead and shit. Fuck you, give me money. Which means that every single one is just boring. I don't want to sound negative and shit, but these are pretty boring songs. I don't care if you're dead, just please sing a good song. You know, if you're gonna be dead and you've got an eternity, might as well write a good song whilst you're at it, eh? And the worst part is, this has been the longest age. It goes from 2017 all the way up to 2020. That's 3 fucking years. Oh, we're about to overtake it, boys, so let's hope we get some other good songs in the next era. P.S. I forgot to mention, this is one of the good songs. Please go listen to it, it's so fucking good. I'll link it in the comments. How we could have known. And now we've arrived at the present tense. We got some pretty banger FNAF songs. This is probably my favourite age out of all of them. We got some absolutely great songs like This Comes From the Inside, the first Living Tombstone song in 6 years. Holy shit, it's been that long. Holy fuck. We've got the Lonely Freddy song, or The Lonely for retards. And this is my favourite FNAF song ever, man. The lyrics to the vocals to everything, it's just so perfect. And plus, it's not about child murder. It's about child possession instead. This is also the era where DeHuster and Dorco teamed up and made some of the biggest songs ever. The Lonely being one of them, but also Into the Pit, Darkest Desire, fucking Fetch. These are bangers, man. I love them. They are almost the same as an apology for how bad some of the songs from 2017 to 2020 were. As we go into 2022, we may be entering a second Dark Age. Dorco and DeHuster haven't made another song together since December, and no big songs have really come out this year, which is not good. Not good indeed. It's mostly been put on Poppy Playtime. Now, if you're going to be honest with my thoughts, I think it's bad. Overall, am I rip-off Go Motion? Yeah. Is the Living Tombstone the king of FNAF songs? Yeah, and is FNAF 4 the musical a crime worse than the bombing of Cambodia? Yeah,